Hi, this is Ryan from Silencer Central, here to talk to you today a little bit about the extension on our modular suppressors. Most common ones we sell that are modular are going to be the BANISH 30 and the BANISH 45. I have the BANISH 30 here. Modular is the ability to shorten. Let's say you did shorten your suppressor, you cleaned your suppressor for the first time, and you want to figure out how to put this back on the proper way. So I'm going to go ahead and disassemble it, because that may be the point that you are at now, and show you a little bit about that. So you get a tool with your suppressor that's going to be keyed for the end cap, and you get a Torx 45 to give you a little leverage, so you can go ahead and either remove that end cap if you haven't done so already. And the baffles in the end cap or the extension are different than the baffles in the main tube. These are not keyed, indexed, or ported. They can completely rotate freely between each other, so that's going to be those baffles. The main difference is baffles in the main tube, which are keyed and indexed, so they can only go back together one way. So we're going to go ahead and reinsert those real quick. Talk about the extension. If you were to reassemble this improperly, you are going to visually be able to see this orange O-ring when you reassemble. Do I recommend lube or anything to help you actually reassemble that? Is it required? Not really. Is it going to be easier for you to disassemble your silencer in the future after you put quite a few rounds through it? Yes, big time. I don't recommend anything very dense. I use REM oil for almost everything. A few other recommendations would be hoppies or utilizing CLP, anything on the light aspect of it. I don't recommend anything very dense and heavy, which may be something like frog lube. So we're going to go ahead and reinstall these baffles. They're just like a dish. So this is the top of the suppressor. You want to make sure that that dish or that bowl is going to be down at the bottom of the suppressor itself. And then you can insert your end cap just like so. If you happen to do that upside down, you're going to be able to see that orange O-ring when you reassemble, no different than putting this back on the main tube. Anything on the suppressor you are reassembling is going to be hand tight, so get it to the point where it's snug, tighten it up a little more, and go ahead and reassemble. Now I just took a couple baffles out of here, which means that this is not properly put back together. So when I reinstall this extension, I am going to visually be able to see this orange O-ring, and the suppressor is going to stop. That's as tight as she goes, okay? So we're going to go ahead and back that back off. Dump our main baffles out and make sure those are all aligned. You can see those last two didn't quite get clicked in, same with the front one here. So now everything's nice and locked in just like a tumbler on your safe. We're going to go ahead and reinstall this onto the main body, and you'll find in there is what's called an expansion tube, and that is keyed. Main reason we do that is every time you remove the baffles, we want them to go back in the exact same spot, so every time you clean, you don't get a point of impact shift. So we're going to stick our finger in there and we're going to rotate those, and I got super lucky and they fell right in. So we're going to go ahead and reassemble the extension now that I know the main tube is assembled properly, and we're going to be able to see that O-ring disappear. If you have any questions on this, make sure you check us out at silencercentral.com, as well as Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. We appreciate your business. Thank you.